Let's do this. Use that.
Thank the Founder. You're alive. What happened? Wait, what? Clementine? Where is she? Is she okay? Right, sorry. Clementine, she means a lot to all of us. We gotta find her. I'll get everybody together. If she went through the World Stone, she could be anywhere. Yeah, damn straight you could. She could be anywhere, like worlds away. All right, I'll get Brabus and Riggs. I'll tell them to... Oh, what the hell am I doing? I don't know what's out there any more than you do. Oh, I'd be putting the whole town at risk. Clem wouldn't want that. Hell, it's a miracle you came back. Oh, I'm sorry. The town will help you all it can, but I can't ask anyone to go out there. We gotta trust you to find her. Thanks, Traveler. Talk to the folks around town. They should have any supplies you need. You know, Ford used to tell me, old Commander Ford, not the Founder, that a leader and a hero are two different things. The leader's place is always with her people. I thought she was just taking a dig at her grandfather for leaving all the time, but I think I'm starting to understand her better now. Yeah, she's doing great. Can't keep her down, really. As soon as she heard you disappeared with the Founder, she was on her feet. Nothing the doc said would stop her. I don't know what she was doing all that time. Looking for you, maybe, or just... Anyway, all that anxiety of hers turned out to be pretty helpful. She even set up shop over... You should go see her. She don't... Yeah, so... After you and the Founder went missing, Riggs and I went looking for you. Found the stone floating and glowing like the old days. I had a hunch what happened. not my first experience with this thing, you know? I wanted it out here this time, so we could help anyone who came through right away. Turns out that was the right choice. Who knows how long it would have taken you to get out of that old ward. Yeah, well, the Founder's his own thing, ain't he? It's not the first time he's disappeared on us. Not even the 5th time. Commander Ford, the Founder's granddaughter, used to say relying on the Founder was like running across rubble. Now, you could do it for a while, but sooner or later, it'll let you down. Now, I don't know if I'd go that far, but Founder Ford, he was always more of like... well, more of an idea to us than a leader. Hell, when I was a kid, everyone thought he'd been dead for years. That's the thing about the Founder. He never stays gone. A week, a year, a decade. Somehow, he always finds his way back here. Right. Now, that's the thing about the World Stone. They don't give you any idea where you are or how you got there. I don't know how the Wanderer got used to it. Yeah, that's what they call him. Yeah, I didn't come up with it. Yeah, the Wanderer did all the real stuff. Entered the ward, fought the Root, found Clementine. Anyway, yeah, I know better than most. Anything can come out of one of these things. I mean, I knew she was gone. I just didn't know she was that gone. Clem takes off from time to time, you know? It's just her way. She'll disappear for hours, sometimes days at a time. Well, I never liked it, but she can take care of herself, yeah? And it's not like I could stop her anyway. And she always came back, saying she just needed to be alone for a while, and I can respect that. I just wish she'd talk to... Good luck.
It is you. The rumors had me thinking I might not ever see you again. They said you ran off with that old Ford fella and disappeared. I ain't seen you since. Where have you been? You mean that big-ass floating gym over there? Bo said it can take you other places, other worlds even. Before we got here, I'd have laughed in his face. But I've heard weirder stories than that. And I can see on your face, it ain't all make-believe, is it? Feels like anything can be true here. They even healed my root rot. I tell you what, I might just start believing in fairy tales. Even Santa Claus and Fulton's Blend. Yeah. I don't know what's in that stuff Doc Nora gave me, but I ain't felt this good for years. Hell, maybe it was Fulton's Blend. You know me. I get anxious sitting still for too long. So, I went out to the ruins and scrounged anything useful I could find. I was just doing what I do to survive, you know. Maybe get some things together for when we move, but then you didn't come back. And Bo said folks around here could use this stuff, so hey, if you ever need anything out there in the worlds or whatever, you just let me know. I'll be here when you get back.
Well, hey, get away from my stew!
Oh, it's you.
Oh, nonsense.
I'm sure you had a reason. Mi casa et tu, Brute. And all that.
So,
What can old...
well, quite a bit, stranger.
The name's Mudtooth. And ain't nobody been around longer? or seen more. Except maybe old Ford, of course. But that old mudder cheats. And only 3 reasons why folks come to see me. And that's my stories or my stew. Yeah. So, young'un, what'll it be? You bet your apple I can. But these ain't just stories, stranger. They're objective. Let me tell you what those folks are up to in that atoll, that Ward 10 and 7. That was where they did their experimenting, see? They made weapons for the USA. That's what this land was called back then. And the root, you see. Yes, sir. They found root D and A trapped in red amber, and they done built themselves a ark. But this army, it got out of hand and turned against them. Couldn't tell the difference between the Usanayans and whatever else there. Pretty good weapon, if you ask me. Nigh on slaughter the whole damn world. Makes you think, though. What else were them Usanayans capable of? Maybe it's for the best that... Sure can. Did I tell you I once sailed across that ocean to that old rusted tower? It was after that wanderer came through here and cleared out the storm. Old Mudtooth's crazy, you know, but I tell you, I saw things down there that you ain't never seen in your life. Down there in that rusted place was just machinery and roots twisting every which way, like the root themselves had built it. No, that old place was called Ward 10 and 7. You can see it plastered all over, and it was built by humans. By the folks Ford himself used to serve, if you can believe. Oh, he'll deny it, I'm sure. But all them electronicals they got down there are the same damn things you'll find in old Ward 10 and 3. That place, I know he found it. He's the founder, after all. What were they up to down there? Now, that's the question. I heard some answers myself, but I don't know if I believe them. There's a story for another time. Oh, here's a good... So, I gotten separated from the Crazy Eight. My gang, you see. We've been chased by these big old deadwood, taller than a man with 10 times as many pointy bits. The others, they holed up in this old scrap building and slammed the door. Left me for dead. There was no way in, but where was I? Oh, yeah. There was no way in, but there were these old pipes underground. Sewage. Judging, but I weren't going to stay out there with deadwood creeping round. So I held my breath and crawled through what must have been half a... I come busting out of the pipes and right into the middle of the Crazy Eight. They were holding me a funeral. I stand up, covered in mud and God knows what else, and just smile. And that, friend, is where I got the name Mudtooth. You won't believe this one, but you should. I ever tell you about the Shrouded King? No, it ain't a book. It's real, I tell you. Real as every damn... He's the king of another world, see? And his world was overrun by the root, just like ours. Or at least it was gonna be. The Shrouded King, he got his people together to draw as much power as he could from his own ding-dang-dingity son. Used it to make hit. Soon as the root showed up, he fired the damn thing. Now the king, he knew what was about to happen, but he didn't tell nobody. That weapon weren't just gonna scorch the root. No, it scorched the whole dim darn dingity world. Burned the deadwood to hell out of there. Killed half his kingdom and twisted the other half into something unrecognizable. And that's why he wears a shroud, see? because he done twisted himself in the process. But he don't want no one to see the mangledy bits of his face parts. Sure can. You met my boy Brabus yet? He's a handful, that one. Always. Got into a scrap when he was 5, he did. Knocked down a boy had to be, twice his age. And 3 to 6 times his height. Well, that boy's pa didn't take it none too well. And this pa, phew, like a pair of fists with... That boy's pa wanted to take some skin out of me for it. Now, I ain't proud of what I did next, but, oh, who am I kidding? I wouldn't be telling you if I weren't proud, I would. But, like I taught Brabus, say as I do as I say. And anyways, I couldn't back down from a fight. Not in front of the crazy... Come to think of it, that's probably how Brabus got the way he is. Anyway, I fight the man. He could have crushed my head between market and roast beef, but I aimed to win. I pointed at nothing at all behind him, then smooshed a scoop of mud straight into his mouth. Then, while he was a-spitting and a-sputtering, I hit him hard. So hard that when he fell, my muddy hand came away with 3 of... And that, friend, is the true story of how I got the name Mudtooth. This is 100% true. This city ain't without its own tales. Why, there's a tower, see? What only appears once in a gibbous August moon. Kinda looks like within that tower's a man. Except he's not a man. He's a wizard, see? And he... Oh, right. And within that tower is a man. Except he's not. He calls himself the Keeper. And he controls everything. I've seen him myself. Even talked to him once. Man's smart as hell. So smart, even I can't keep up with him. He says he watches over all of us. But if that's the case, then he ain't been doing such a good job. But I reckon he means well. And that tower, I think, is like a spaceship he uses to teleportate to other planets. You go walk the city in a harvest pumpkin moon. You'll see what I mean. Stop me if I told you this one already. Crazy 8 traveled a lot after leaving Sanctuary. Came to this one town named Ghostwell. No, Oak Hole. No, wait. It was Swan Creek. Anyway, this Croakswell town didn't take kindly to strangers, and that sure as hell meant us. We stayed anyway, course. Brought 'em good scrounge, we did. Nobody scavenged like the Crazy 8. And there was this girl. Smartest damn girl you ever met. Her old man, though, he didn't like us one bit, especially me. So, one day, I opened the door, and the girl's old man clocks me with the butt of his shotgun. Knocked out one of my teeth, he did. Then, he points the gun in my face and starts shouting, "Which one of you assley holes got her in the family way?" he says. I know it was... Well, I ain't gonna argue with a man behind a gun. So, I looks around, sees my tooth in... Mudtooth! He's the one you're after! And off he ran after someone who don't exist. Or didn't exist, I guess. We ditched Ghost Crack that day, but the name came with me. And that's the story of how Brabus was born. Except he weren't born yet, was he? Not born, then. The other thing. Conceptualized. Let me see. So this wanderer comes up to visit me at my heliocopter, right? They're decked out with guns, but they walk up and ask for stew, and a story. I'm thinking they'll get tired, wander off, and take my story somewhere else like all the rest. But they don't. And I think to myself, this mother actually wants to hear these. Reminds me of my ma, tell you the truth, the way I'd listen to her, and the way my boy Brabus used to listen to me. Before he turned away, that wanderer reminded me of family. And that's the most important thing, ain't it? So I figure I ain't left long for this world. So I give 'em my wife's old watch, and ain't too long after that, my boy Brabus comes back in person, first time in years, with a watch chain peeking out his... I knew a good thing when I saw it. I didn't say nothing. Family's the most important thing we got in this world, young'un. Don't forget. Let me see. I ever tell you the secret behind my stew? Well, I ain't gonna. But I will tell you how it came to be, yeah? The original recipe comes from my mom made a fine stew. But it weren't nothing to tell tales about. Not until the day me and the Crazy Age got ourselves trapped in one of them old, medieval, meditating... We was trapped in one of them medicinal compounds full of pharmaceuticals and whatever you call them. And I had nothing but a dead coney and an onion on my belt, which weren't good for much but were the style at the time. So we scrounged for ingredients. Well, them hospitalities ain't no good for food, but they do have some pretty mean spices lying around if you know what you're doing, which I do. That night was the best stew any of us ever had in our lives. Kept us going for days, until finally the dead wood outside got bored and took off. And that, friend, is the same stew I make today. I even use the same ingredients as them back in the day medicinals. There's an old man what lives at the center of a maze. Or, I don't matter. This old man sees everything. And I don't mean like he can see whatever he wants when he wants. I mean, he sees everything all at once. That ain't all. The old man in the maze is a maker. The maze, see, is like a spider web full of doors, stretching its threads every which way. And this watcher man sits at the center. And he don't just watch. He makes. Where there ain't a door, he makes one. And then he makes what's on the other side of it, too. Oh, I can see on your face you ain't buying it. But I tell you, this earth of ours is just one door in a dozen hundred. And if in this maze watcher decides he wants someplace to end, all he got to do is snap a thread and poof, no more dope. Now, I love a good tale as well as any and more than most, but couldn't resist. Come round again sometime here.
So many new faces these days. Welcome, chap. Heard the old. Can't say the same for Ford. You mean the one they hauled into the center of town there? That thing hadn't been active for over a decade. Well, I hope you don't give up on him. Ford now. I suspect he'll come back when he's good and ready. But folks are worried about Clementine. I have been known to tell a story or two. Though old Mudtooth does give me a run for my money. Or did you mean that I collect the stories? Because I do that too. And I'd love to hear your tale, traveler. Oh, now that sounds like the start of a damn good story. What brought you out here? Damn. It's a common enough tale. But but I hope you know everyone here can identify. But I know that don't necessarily make it easier. How about your friend? How'd you meet her? Well, ain't that the human story in a paint can, friend? You try hard enough, you'll find everyone's got basically the same. If we could see that, we'd all live a lot longer and happier. You think I was an old man or something? Speaking of your friend, I heard she came in with a nasty case of root rot. What happened to you two out there? Yeah, I can understand that. Ain't easy talking about but don't forget about it either. Could be that telling you what happened is the only thing that can set her free. Well, don't you worry. We've dealt with nastier things here, believe me. I reckon... What about you? What do you hope to find out here? Yeah, there's no shortage of lingering deadwood, let me tell you. We ain't overrun, but we ain't rid of them yet either. So, now I've got a measure of you. Is there anything I can do for you? Let's see what... Now, if you need supplies, old Reggie's your guy.
Swear to God and my mother. Did Bo send you over here, or did you stumble your way over here yourself? Well, if there isn't a first time for everything. Alright, new kid. Let me save you some time. I'm McCabe. I like to keep to myself. My work happens to be tinkering and modding weapons. And that's already more information. Let me save you some time. Then a stranger came. We called them the Wanderer. You might have noticed everyone gets a handle here. Anyway, they show up and stop. Now, we live in these buildings here. That clear it up for you? And me? Alright, let's have a look. Okay, we're done.
Good to see you again. So long. that's over.
Disappointing that you have not returned with the soul sparks. Find them. I will be waiting.
This isn't looking good. Here they come. All right, come and get some.